Hey yo, what's up YouTube man? It's your boy Ashton Jackson, and in today's video, man, I wanted to do a video right before the NFL draft, and I wanted to talk about some quick housekeeping notes, some things that we should be talking about, looking for ahead of the draft that is going to happen tonight. I want to let you guys know we're going to be fully prepared on this channel. We're going to be prepared for any which way the Dallas Cowboys go. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's going to come down to either one of three positions, either wide receiver, corner, or offensive lineman. I think if they do take an offensive lineman, I think they trade back. An offensive lineman they'll probably take at 12 is maybe Kelvin Banks if he's available, maybe Will Campbell, but more than likely I think they'll try to trade out and try to get their offensive lineman or even their wide receiver. I think they might even trade out of both. But for me, I want to shout out Matt Owen for helping me out with having the board the way it looks. He created this himself. I just copied the board that he had, made my own stuff. I graded my own players and everything of that nature. So this is what you guys are looking at right now. And so first let's get some of the housekeeping notes out of the way. And some things I've been hearing around the NFL due to whether that is Nick Harris, Joseph Hoyt, Firm D, LLS. Who else do we have again? I got to make sure I have all my sources right so I'm not just talking. Joseph Hoyt, Albert Breer, Todd Archer. Then I have Brian Bardis as well. I got some from him. Watching the We're Doing All Right podcast with him and Vosh Lombardi, in which they do almost every night. So the first rumor in which I wanted to get attack was offensive line. They're saying that offensive line might be in play for the Dallas Cowboys at 12. I heard that from Calvin Watkins, Nick Harris, and Brian Bardis. Again, Dallas Cowboys right now, if they're looking to upgrade any single position, it probably would be that right guard position, whether that's Tyler Booker. This team loves Tyler Booker a lot. Kelvin Banks could be potentially somebody that you move from that is tackle to guard. Then I can possibly see Josh Simmons if they really like Josh Simmons a lot, but he has you know, apparently to the NFL people, he has questions about loving football, but his tape says otherwise. He plays really damn good football in my opinion. But so I mean, offensive line is definitely an option. I'm not going to knock it down. Team trenches or team offensive weapon. It doesn't matter with me. I just want to get the hell better. I just don't want to. Again, I don't want to deal with last season, but I feel like we mishandled last season as well because we won't even be talking about offensive linemen if we were right now where the Jacksonville Jaguars are at, or right now where the Cleveland Browns were at. If we just lost most of our games in December, but so many Cowboy fans wanted to win those meaningless games in December. Now look at what we're talking about. Now it's offensive linemen. Cowboys would be they're linked to offensive linemen no matter where they're picking, but we'll be talking about right now Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, for sure Tedero McMillan, Ashton Genty, Mason Graham. We'll be talking about some of the blue chip prospects in which if we just go over to the big board, I didn't put that together yet, but I mean, just look at those four players. I can move up Tedero McMillan, and I'll put him as my fifth player. But we'll be in that category: Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Ashton Genty, Mason Graham. If we're right now picking where the Cleveland Browns, Raiders, Patriots are at right now. But no, most of you guys wanted to win meaningless games and flaunt your gear. Be a proud Cowboy fan anyway, because they're gonna, like Vosh Lombardi said, be an obnoxious Cowboy fan because they're gonna hate you anyway. So, and I have that same sentiment where I can talk trash to anybody about sports and especially football, and I don't care what nobody says when I wear my Cowboy gear, because no matter if they're older than me, younger than me, twice my age, three times my age, I know more football than them. Some of these guys out on the street that don't do no content, I know more football than them. So I don't even care about them talking smack to me. And if somebody does content creation on a great level and you worry about somebody in your neighborhood talking mess, you better direct them to your YouTube page, man. You better get your marketing skills on. Number two, don't write pick 44 and pin that the Dallas Cowboys are going to take a running back. That's from Brian Bardis. Right now, I think what the Dallas Cowboys are possibly going to be looking at is one of those. That's their second round. That's pick 44 is the second round. So the Dallas Cowboys are going to be looking for somebody with some sort of medical flags. So whether if we go over here, let's go real quick to the cornerback position. Savon Ravel is my top of the second cornerback ranked player. 6'1", 194 pounds. Did not run a 40 because of his knee, but he's a damn good player. Has really put together really great tape. Can play man, can play zone, can cover the deep crossers in the middle of the field. Has great length and great size for the position. He can take the ball away as well. I really love this player. If he's available, I think Dallas Cowboys will look to either draft a corner or a defensive tackle in the second round. I think they're trying to look for one of these guys that they have graded as a first round player or would have graded as a first round player had they not gotten hurt. Savon Rivell for me is one of those guys who would be graded as a first round if not hurt. They really like Benjamin Morrison. Benjamin Morrison is dealing with a degenerative hip. Shout out to Brian Barnes for coming up with that. He said he had to deal with that when he was a scout with the Green Bay Packers, and they said that's somebody that might be able to play for 10 snaps or 10 games, or this might be somebody who can possibly play for 10 years. It really depends on the pain tolerance and just how things are. So that's why I have Benjamin Morrison at the bottom of the second. In my opinion, I really like Noah Williams. And then another possible hurt guy is Josh Simmons. They're looking to possibly get him in the second round. People are saying that Tyler Booker might have him graded as a first round player. If he's available to you in the second round, then damn it, go take him at pick 44, and we can fix our right guard issue. And then, pick 76, either look for a cornerback if they're available, like a Noah Williams. Get this crap out the way. Noah Williams, if he's there, Darren Porter won't be too terrible, but I wouldn't want to draft him. But the Dallas Cowboys, if they wanted to fit that Matt Eberflus system, wouldn't hurt me. I like Kobe Bryant a lot. I like Melo Dotson a lot. Quincy Riley, Elijah Huzzy, but the guys that I want playing outside would be either Kobe, Melo. These damn near sound like NBA players. Noah Williams, I would love playing on the outside. Benjamin Morrison, if he falls to 76, that'd be a dream, but I don't think that'll happen. So, don't write pick 44. Don't make it a guarantee that the Dallas Cowboys take a running back at pick 44. I think that is going to be, for me, I think that's possibly going to be the hurt guy if Savon Rivell is there. Benjamin Morrison is there. Josh Simmons is there. Tyler Booker might be there. We don't know. Number 3, Jalen Walker. I label him linebacker, defensive end. Linebacker on passing downs, pass rushing, middle linebacker on situational pass downs, similar to how you treated Micah Parsons when you got him here. I think if you can work on his technique on pass rushing and he becomes a better pass rusher with his hands, I think we'll have another damn good edge rusher opposite of Micah Parsons. So I think that's why they're considering him, and he could potentially be a possibility for them at pick 12. Number 4, we're talking about wide receivers, because I think we are going to take a wide receiver. If Tedero McMillan, the community is mainly praying for Tedero McMillan to be there. If he's there, bro, I'll act an ASS on this mug, and we take Tedero McMillan. You can guarantee that for me. But if the pick is between Golden and Tedero McMillan, if they're both there, if we are able to start the wide receiver run and no wide receivers have been taken between picks 5 through 11, we're going to take Tedero McMillan. Number 5, trade back is an option for the Dallas Cowboys in the first round more than a trade up is. That makes sense because you have 10 holes on this roster, and you're going to be asking at least 4. If you trade back and get an extra top 100 pick, you're asking 4 22 to potentially 24-year-old players to come in and play like 12-year veterans. So we're going to figure that out, but I don't know, man. Shout out to Defy Talks on Instagram. He put together this draft nugget board as well. They say quarterback isn't likely in rounds 2 to 3, but if it happens, it'll be Quinn Ewers. Dallas would love Savon Rivell or Josh Simmons in the second round. We talked about that already. Matthew Golden and Emeka Egbuka can become more likely if the Dallas Cowboys is able to move back. So if they're able to move back to Seattle and pick up an extra top 100 pick, if they're able to move back 2 spots to the Colts and go get themselves pick up a 4th round pick, or if they want to trade back 8 spots and go 20 where Denver is at, I think that's where you can get Emeka Egbuka, in my opinion. And if the Dallas Cowboys can get pick 51 in a trade back scenario, so you get an extra 2nd round pick and you still go get the receiver that you feel that is very confident next to CeeDee Lamb, then we'll be all right. Offensive line is more of a trade back option day 1, but most teams are trying to move back, so it'll be easier said than done. Exactly. So you need somebody. Trade back is easier to say than it's the faster you can say. Let's trade back faster than somebody will actually call you on draft night and say, "Hey, we want your pick. These are the fine tune of the deal. Hey, trade back. We'll swap 1st round picks. We'll give you an extra day 2 pick." It's easier said than done. But still, Dallas has done some of their homework on the offensive line. They really like Greg Zibble. That's the name that is heating up right now that the Dallas Cowboys are saying is going to be a pick between him or some of these other wide receivers in the first round? We're going to find out. I talked about this already, and I mean, because I have Tedero McMillan as my fifth ranked player. They say that if Tedero McMillan's available at 12, he will be the selection. And I wholeheartedly agree. I think he's a great 1A, 1B type of wide receiver next to CeeDee Lamb. I kept using him as a Robin, or I feel that if he comes into this organization and him getting the second, third best corners in the league, which are still damn good corners in this league, and I really do feel that Tedero McMillan, although he's 6'4", man, the not even the sky is the limit for him. I just think that he can be an astronomical type of player, and I believe that he can go down as one of the best Cowboy wide receivers that is a non-88 that has came through this organization. So I would really love if he were to be a Dallas Cowboy. If we get him at 12, that'd be like CeeDee Lamb for me, in my opinion, falling down to 12. Just teams just overthinking the entire draft process. So now let's go over and let's look at this board real quick. I'm not going to try and get into too depth because we're going to have the live stream in a few hours from now, so I don't want to go too much into depth about it. But this is where I have the players. I have them ranked. I have in what round I will take them. But now, since I highlighted the quarterback position first, yes, I have them ranked. I have no quarterback ranked in the first round. But every single round, you can basically bump them up because of quarterback tax. Cam Ward is going to be the first overall pick. I have him, for me, as second round graded player. Shedeur Sanders, second round graded player, but he will be taken in the first. I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I would love the Pittsburgh Steelers pick him up. Great defense, weapons around him, run game, culture. All they've been needing their entire time since Big Ben has left is a quarterback. If Shedeur Sanders goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's gonna be a wrap. Because and damn near they got damn near most of the NFL bloodlines playing for them. They got T.J. Watt, J.J. Watt, little brother, playing for him. You got Cam Hayward's brother playing for him at tight end. You got Joey Porter. You got Joey Porter Sr. You got Joey Porter Jr. on the team playing damn good ball at corner. You got so many damn bloodlines running through that team. It's crazy. Jalen Milroe. I think Jalen Milroe might be a New York Giant. I would hate it. Or I would rather much him be a Vegas Raider. Because if he goes to that team with those physical tools, they get them either, Ashton Jeanty or Tedero McMillan at 6 or an offensive lineman. And you just build around Jalen Milroe. Yes, I know Geno Smith is there, but you have Jalen Milroe sit down until that contract expires. But I really like Jalen Milroe because he's a superb athlete. You look at some of his games, whether it's the first half against Georgia, LSU, he has some really damn good games against some really top SEC opponent. And then you look at the Michigan game and the bowl game, it looks terrible because that was against defensive coordinator Wink Martindale. Looks terrible against Vanderbilt. Looks shaky against South Carolina. Looked terrible against Oklahoma. So there's a lot of up and down with his tape. Jackson Dart. I really like Jackson Dart. Gunslinger in this draft class, 6'2". I really like Jackson Dart. Again, I have them ranked as third round players, but if Jalen Milroe and Jackson Dart gets taken on Friday, early Friday morning, or Friday afternoon, I am not surprised. It don't shock me not one bit. I think if somebody, you say that because we have such a shaky class, now we're talking about the next quarterback, Will Howard. If Will Howard turns out being one of the best quarterbacks in this draft class because he goes to the right system and he has a similar setup, like if he goes to the 49ers, if he goes to the Buffalo Bills if Josh Allen was hurt, or he goes to some of these, or hell, if he goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have two quarterbacks, and they got Shedeur Sanders and Will Howard, and if Will Howard outbeats Shedeur Sanders, which I don't think will happen, but if it does, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just Will Howard can be a damn good quarterback, and I think anybody that gets him is going to have a winner on their hands, and I think he could potentially be your starting quarterback for you, and potentially take you guys to the promised land because he was set up with success at Ohio State, had a run game, had all the supreme talent. That's why even the first team that come to mind was the 49ers, because I'm just like, the Niners have a similar built situation. They're probably going to pay Brock Purdy, but if they want to get Will Howard late in the third round with one of their compensatory picks, I wouldn't be surprised, again, bumping these guys up another round because I have him ranked in the fourth. I like Dillon Gabriel a lot. The only knock against him is his arm strength and his height. But can he play or can he not play? And he's been a winner every single where he's been, whether that's Oklahoma, UCF, wherever he's transferred to Oklahoma. I already said Oklahoma, but now UCF, Vanderbilt, yeah. So he's been in those schools. Everybody else, you can rank him how you want to rank him. Kyle McCord, I talked about Kyle McCord before, so not going to do too much thinking into that. Ashton Jeanty is my clear cut number one running back. 2 is Caleb Johnson. 3 is Omarion Hampton. Now, if you want to, I'm not going to bicker with you back and forth. However you have these running backs ranked is how you have them ranked. These are my rankings. This is who I watch. This is who I. Cam Scatterbo. I seen went up against him in a 7-on-7 at Grant High School. So many times we heard about Scatterbo, and I thought people were hyping him up. And then you go see and watch him play it for real, Linda. They was not lying or hyping up anything. That's a damn good football player. And when I want to build my football team, I want Cam Scatterbo on my football team. Yes, you're going to look at that 40-yard dash. That's right there, 4.65. I don't give a damn. That's a football player to me. And he had 1,712 yards in the Big 12. And I feel like for me, he was the best Big 12 back. Respect everybody that was in the Big 12, whether that is Devin Neal, or who else is in the Big 12. Whoever, DJ Giddens, respect to everybody that was in the Big 12. But last year, Cam Scatterbo was the best running back in the Big 12. But, respect to Trayvon Henderson, Quinshon Judkins, all those guys, whoever I have ranked against Scatterbo, ahead of Scatterbo is who I have ranked ahead of them. Because I think they're more explosive. I think they're a little bit more dynamic. But damn it, if you get Cam Scatterbo in the late third and you're Kansas City, you're the Ravens, Cousins team, and then you go over, 49ers, you got, who else can be a potential playoff team? Whatever you think, Minnesota, whatever playoff team that can use Cam Scatterbo, because I think he's ready-made to go play for a playoff team and go play big-time football at a sports organization right now. Enough running back talk. I love all these running backs. There's not a running back that I absolutely like, I would hate the Dallas Cowboys draft him. But I love these running backs, and you hear from everybody who's covered and watched film on these running backs, they love them. It's just your flavor of ice cream. Who do you like the most is up to you. But that's my rankings. These are my rankings, my opinion. My running back, not running back, but my wide receivers, I have them how I have them. Tedero McMillan, Luther Burden, 2 wide receivers that should be very regarded and respected in this space, that both of these guys are going to be first-round selected players with quarterbacks that are not going to get drafted. Jackson Smith and Jigba, Emeka Egbuka, named the Ohio State wide receiver in the past 5 or 6 drafts, and I guarantee you they have a first-round quarterback. Justin Fields went first round. C.J. Stroud went first round. Will Howard is going to be selected sometime in early day 3, day 2. And you have, who's the other one? Kyle McCord is going to be the same ordeal because he was throwing to Marvin Harrison Jr. Name any Ohio State quarterback, they went first round, and Emeka Egbuka is going to be the 3rd ranked wide receiver. But Luther Burden, what he was able to do, the best yak wide receiver in the country, that's a damn good football player. That is a football player. Tedero McMillan is a football player. 6'4", sneaky yak ability, plays to his size. Like nobody gets to his chest. He's going to make all the athletic plays. He's going to be a monster for you in the goal line, because that's what we need in the postseason run. Because how many times have we been struggling ever since Zeke was no longer in his prime? How have we been struggling to get it going in the red zone? So many times we had to settle for 3. I want Tedero McMillan at 12. Would this be a player I'd like to trade up for? Sure. But I can't talk the side of my neck and say, talking about them other Cowboy fans, how they wanted to win games. Had you lost more games, Tedero McMillan is there. But since you lost, stick and pick or trade back. That's what's going to have to happen. I'm not trading up for anybody. The only player I probably would trade up for me is Mason Graham if he's available to you at 9. That's probably the only player that is, even if they're feasible to even get there, I trade up for Mason Graham. But Tedero McMillan, I would have to say SOL if he gets selected by anybody else in front of us. I would love to draft Luther Bird. I think he will be available to you at 12. I think Emeka Egbuka will be available to you at 12 or a trade back. Same goes for Matthew Golden. The only reason why I have Matthew Golden ranked 4th is because of the later production. But everything I had a film session about him. Body control, always going to run his route 100% whether he's getting it or not. He's going to be a decent run blocker. He's not going to be a better run blocker than Emeka. Nobody is in this draft class, in my opinion. But everything you want in a football player, you're going to get out of it, really, for me, in these first-round wide receivers. You take any of these first-round wide receivers, whether it's at 12 or from anywhere between 12 and 20, I am sleeping sound at sleep. I'll be ecstatic if we take a wide receiver in the first round. One of these first-round graded wide receivers, in my opinion. Tight end, the tight end's how I have them. my guy that I like out of this tight end group the most for me is Harold Fannin. Yes, I have Tyler Warren ranked. I do think he is a better prospect. I do think he is a better player. But you look over here in the baby blue, 1,500 yards at the tight end position, has some of the best route running in the position as well, has one of the best quarterback ratings when thrown at him. He has 78% catch percentage. He has 4 drops. Got to fix on that. Missed 34 tackles. That's great. Yards after catch is a yak demon, and we need that out of our tight ends. Contested catches is 22. Tyler Warren's going to have a better contested rate because he is 6'5" compared to 6'3", and Harold Fannin. Harold Fannin, for me, is damn near a wide receiver. See right here in the wide outs and how they have him wide rate. They got him out lined up. They have him lined out wide for a reason. This is a damn good tight end. Again, has the best tight end route grade with 96.5 per PFF. And again, what school did he play for? Bowling Green. I know he played for a smaller school, and Dallas Cowboys a little smaller school guys. But if I'm gonna pick a side, I'm picking team weapons. But damn it, bro, if we go Harold Fannin Jr., you pair that up with a wide receiver, and you go corner or running back in the 3rd round, man, let's boogie. Hey man, let's boogie. How the offensive tackles, how I have them, respect all of them, love them all. Same goes for the guards, the centers, D tackles. I really love. Let's talk about them for a little bit. Mason Graham, clear cut, number 1 D tackle for me. I love Tyleik Williams. He's my second best ranked defensive player, not defensive player. Well, I'm sorry, my second ranked defensive tackle in this class. I really love him a lot. And if Dallas Cowboys can get him at 44, that's consideration. I'm putting him up there with Carson Schlesinger, linebacker out of UCLA, who reminds me of Sean Lee. He'll be consideration. If Savon Revel is there out of ECU, East Carolina, that's a consideration. They're saying that if you see Derek Harmon, who is ranked as my 3rd best defensive tackle, and then if you see Alfred Collins, who is my 7th best defensive tackle, that was another report I wanted to talk about real quick from Brian Barnes. They said if they're starting to slip in the draft, and you see them getting selected 3rd round, 4th round, is because they have some sort of medical injuries. They didn't disclose it because these kids, they're about to get drafted either tonight or tomorrow night, so they didn't want to disclose any of that information. Most likely we'll find out once these guys get drafted. But that's where I have my defensive tackle room. I really love this defensive tackle. It goes deep for me all the way up until the 4th round. 5th round, Deion Walker can be a very sneaky need. He can make somebody's job or lose somebody's job. But since you'll be picking him solo in day 3 or in the middle of day 3, that it doesn't really matter for me. Edge. How my edges, how I have him ranked. Somebody I wanted to talk about and shed light to is Oluwafemi Oladejo. He was a former outside linebacker, playing in coverage, and then they wanted him to scoot down to defensive end. He's 259, 6'3". You see the way that this man is built. He looked like Giannis Antetokounmpo. If you guys follow up with basketball, he looked like one of them dudes where it's just like he's just a physical specimen, man. And I would love if the Dallas Cowboys can get him in the 5th if that's available. Or if we're talking about trading back and you still get a wide receiver you want, like Emeka or Luther Burden or Matthew Golden, and you're able to pick up an extra day 3 pick, I'll take him in round 3. But I have him graded as a 4th round player. Savion Jones for me out of LSU is a similar built player to me and Oluwafemi. Both just athletes, superb athletes that just need to work a little bit on their hands. I think Oluwafemi, you put more weight on him, and I know he's 259 already. How big do you want him to be? I don't know. 265, because that's where JT2 Malau is weighed at, and he don't look too skinny for me. And I really like this defensive edge. I really like this defensive end group as well. D-line stretches in this draft as well. So does running back, in my opinion. Let's look at linebacker real quick. Carson Schlesinger, for me, is the best linebacker in this class. He's the best. He's the most diagnostic linebacker in this draft class. I love his game a lot, whether it's film against Minnesota, things of that nature. I really like Carson Schlesinger a lot. I like Jihad Campbell, but Jihad Campbell's dealing with the shoulder injury, I want to say. Jalen Walker, he's 243. They're saying he'll have similar problems to Micah Parsons, where if you have him full-time edge, they feel that he'll get burnt out really quickly throughout the season because his body mass won't be able to keep up. And then, I like Jalen Walker a lot. I think, again, this is somebody that if you get him whether it's first round or early second round, this is somebody that can either make or break somebody's job. But I think if you hit on this job, I think you can possibly secure your job for the next 5 to 6, 4 to 5 years, because he'll be that damn of a great player. He might be able to save your job. A cornerback, Travis Hunter for me is a cornerback. I'm not overthinking it. He's going to be your starting quarter. He'll have spot time duties at wide receiver. If they flip it and he's a full-time wide receiver, and if he's a full-time wide receiver and plays spot time or spot duty at corner, where would I have Travis Hunter ranked at wide receiver? I have him ranked as my second best wide receiver, and everybody else can get bumped down, but he still would be a first round wide receiver to me. Will Johnson, for me, I'm not overthinking this prospect at all. You saw what I will never forget this moment. I was watching the playoffs. It was them and Bama. It was Michigan versus Bama in the lead to the college football playoff national championship. Will Johnson made some plays and where he was guarding the Bama wide receivers at the time, and I'm just sitting there and I'm just thinking, I'm just like, bro, is he draftable? Like does he come out in the 2023 draft class? That was the, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, JSN, Christian Gonzalez draft class. And I was like, bro, can he come out this year? And then when I found out he was a sophomore, I was like, bro, what? I was like, damn, I would love the Dallas Cowboys can draft him. And I have not moved from that stance. The only problem that people have against Will Johnson, you're not going to question his football character. You're not going to question him as a man or a leader. You're not going to question him as a football player. The only thing you're questioning him about is his lower body extremities and that he didn't win a freaking 40. But you're looking to keep up with Roman Dunze in the national championship. Jalen McMillan played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jalen Polk, that got drafted to the New England Patriots. You saw what he did against Bama. You saw what he did against all those guys leading up into the national championship. Why in the hell can't this play? All of a sudden, he can no longer play football. I'm not going for that. Will Johnson's a damn good player, and I'm very excited for him to play in this league. And if you're the Dallas Cowboy at 12, because the Dallas Cowboys don't like the wide receivers that are there on the board, take Will Johnson and live with your decision. But he will, for me, will be a starting outside corner. And then once, if we want to sign Stephon Gilmore, move Deron Bland back into the nickel corner spot, let that be. Jahdae Barron, I view him as a nickel corner. I view him as a guy that you can move around the formation. He can play outside, he can play inside, he can play safety. But I would rather want him to play in the nickel, chasing guys in the slot, whether that's your Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, guys that occasionally or that will play the slot. So we'll have that be. I love Savon Ravel a lot. If he didn't have a knee issue, for me would be a first round graded cornerback. He will be above Jahdae Barron. I'll have him as my third best. But just because, people, not me, people are going to knock him for playing on a smaller school. And again, we're talking about a guy who's going to get drafted either tonight or Friday, early Friday evening. And that's because he has a knee injury. How many ECU players do we know, guys? Come on, class. What? 2 or 3, maybe? Keaton Mitchell, CJ 2K, Savon Ravel. I don't know many other great people that came out of ECU. Again, I'm not well versed in that university, but I'm just thinking when I hear ECU, East Carolina, and the Pirates, I'm thinking, I automatically think CJ 2K. Then I'll automatically think Keaton Mitchell after that, and now Savon Ravel. I mean, damn, how many East Carolina players are we honestly talking about? Maxwell Harrison, I've done a film breakdown. I really, really, really love his tape a lot. Trey Amos, Azarie Thomas, that's Wanye's little brother. Benjamin Morrison, Cowboys level, and I think that he can play football as well. Look at safety. Andrew McCool is my clear-cut safety one. I wish his team was more invested in the safety position. This is a damn good player, in my opinion. This is somebody that can take the ball away. He's great in the run game. As you guys can tell right here, 4 tackles for loss, had 23 stops, 13 missed tackles, can fix on that. He's going to come down. He's going to force fumbles. Look at that. Look at his coverage grade. He had the best coverage grade, in my opinion. But you have R.J. Mickens below right there that a lot of players like, or a lot of people in this draft class like. Run defense grade, or my bad, just overall defensive grade was 90. Again, that was the highest out of all the safeties. Run defense grade can be a little bit better, but again, I'm not too worried about him at all. He had 6 pass breakups, 5 interceptions. He had a 12.1 quarterback rating when targeting. When targeted at him, he had 712 defensive snaps, 401 in coverage, 129 in the box, 304 in the run defense snap. He plays some slot. He can played a lot of free safety, and they got him listed as a strong safety, so he can play either safety positions, in my opinion. Malachi Starks, we share the same name, similar, but I really like Malachi Starks out of Georgia as well. I like Xavier Watts, and I do like Kevin Winston Jr. Those are my top 4 ranked. Again, don't worry about the rank, because some of these positions, they were lower. Some of these guys were ranked low, and I was trying to bring them up, and I got to figure out how to change that rank. But you guys can count. You guys are very smart individuals, so you guys know what it is. This is my board. I'm very proud to show my board. I will have the link to my description in the board to this video. Got questions for anybody, leave them in the comment section. If you have a comment, if you swing by the live, let me know. Show my work. I'll talk to you guys through it. But I really like these prospects a lot. You know, this is a draft where I am fully embraced. I'm fully immersed in. You know what I mean? Like, just for proof. I mean, look, I was watching film on Terrell McMillan or Marion Hampton. I'm just watching film on these guys, and most of these guys you can find on YouTube in terms of their film. But man, I'm really ingrained when it comes to these prospects, and you guys will be fully well prepared for all 3 days of the draft. I really like this draft class because this is something I really poured my hard work and dedication. I do that for every single one, but now since I'm able and I got the equipment to show you guys what I'm seeing, I want to show you guys as well as what I'm seeing in these prospects. So that's why when they're balling out on Sundays, you're not surprised because you watch my videos, and I'm damn sure not surprised because I stayed up and I watched these guys all night. So that's about it for the video. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.